What's going on, everybody? This is Dan Karpuc here for TrendsCenter. This is Trend or Trap for Monday, June 22nd, 2026. I am here with 3 MLB games to debate, so let's get right into it with the Cubs at the Mets. The Cubs check into this one at 40-37, while the Mets are 34-43. Shota Imanaga is on the mound for Chicago. He's 4-6 with a 4.26 ERA versus Kodai Senga, 0-5 with a 9 ERA on the dot. Per TrendsCenter, since April 12th, NL favorites have gone 14-1 on the money line. That's 93.33%, 12.85 units of profit, 61.84% ROI versus the Mets with an over-under over 7. So is this a trend to tail with the Cubs minus 115 or a trap to fade with the Mets minus 105? My lean here is to say that this is a trend to tail with the Cubs to win. After 4 very bad starts, Imanaga got run back on the right track with 2 dominant starts over the Rockies in which he gave up 0 and then 1 earned run. Overall, Imanaga ranks in the 72nd percentile in pitching run value and has missed bats at an elite chase rate, 97th percentile, and whiff rate, 87th percentile. The Mets rank 24th in OPS against left-handed starters, so Imanaga should be able to navigate the lineup if he avoids getting hurt by Francisco Lindor and Juan Soto at the top. The Mets have lost 5 of Kodai Senga's last 6 starts in this season. I should say his 6 total starts this season because he's been injured, and he's allowed 7 homers in just 24 innings and has struggled with command, 17 walks out of the gates. That's 4th percentile in walk rate so far. He has a -9 pitching run value. That's 9th percentile, and has not induced ground balls, just the 3rd percentile, and has given up a very high barrel rate, 7th percentile in that small sample size. So a lot of red flags here for Mr. Senga. He also has a 9th percentile chase rate. The Cubs chase pitches at the 7th lowest rate, have the 8th lowest ground ball rate, and rank right in the middle of the pack as far as barrel rate is concerned. So coming into New York off a fresh Sunday rain out where they're going to be rested, I think the Cubs have a clear edge in this one. So I'm going to go with the Cubbies on the money line. Heading into Dodgers at the Twins, the Dodgers are 49-29. The Twins are 38-41. Eric Lauer will pitch for the Dodgers. He's 2-5 with a 5.37 ERA versus Zebby Matthews, 3-4 with a 4.78 ERA. Per TrendsCenter, since August 20th, 2024, teams with left-handed starters have gone 48-22 on the money line. That's 68.57%, 22.74 units of profit, 24.65% ROI against the Twins. Is this a trend to tail with the Dodgers minus 155 or a trap to fade with the Twins at plus 130? My lean here is to say that this is another trend to tail with the Dodgers to win. Targeting teams with southpaw starters against the Twins has essentially been an auto bet in recent years, and Eric Lauer starting meets that criteria. He has been absolutely terrible, and his profile does look disgusting. However, Zebby Matthews starting for the Twins kind of evens things out a little bit. He's shown glimpses of promise here and there, but he grades out as a low-end starter at this point of his career, which spells trouble against a Dodgers team that ranks first in OPS by a huge margin over the rest of the majors against right-handed pitching. They also own the best OPS in the sport by a wide margin in away games, and they've gone 23-15 overall away from LA, while the Twins have gone 20-19 at home, just over 500. The Dodgers have the edge here in line with the trend. They're at minus 155. I think they should be closer to minus 200 in this spot. Who knows what they'll get bet up to, but I think that that's a reasonable enough price to actually single bet them in this spot. So I'm going to say that this is a trend to tail with the Dodgers to win. Finally, the Red Sox at the Rockies. Oh, 2 dumpster fires here. Jake Bennett is going to pitch for the Red Sox, who are 31-44. He is 1-3 with a 4.79 ERA versus Ryan Feltner, who is 2-2 with a 5.05 ERA against the Rockies, or for the Rockies, I should say, who are 30-48 overall. Per TrendsCenter, over the last 22 years, when the Rockies have been underdogs in a game with a 12.5 or higher total, the under has gone 59, 40, and 3. That's 59.6% for 15 units of profit, 13.37% ROI. I actually made that trend, so it's kind of cool. You can make your own trends, obviously, right in the TrendsCenter app, just like I did for that one. So is this a trend to tail with under 12.5 runs, or is this a trap to fade with over 12.5? My lean here is to say that this is a trend to tail with under 12.5 runs. So Jake Bennett is a ground ball pitcher, and his 56.1% ground ball rate grades out as elite at the major league level. He's not qualified to get any rankings or anything like that yet, but that's elite. And he's gotten a 38.6% chase rate so far, which is also outstanding. Why do these things matter? Well, when pitching at Coors Field, you want to, number one, keep the ball on the ground. That thin Rocky Mountain air is very much trouble when you have pitchers who induce fly balls rather than ground balls. So he's a ground ball pitcher. I like to see that. And also, the Rockies own the highest chase rate in the entire major leagues. So I wouldn't be shocked if he has a ceiling game from a strikeout perspective. If you're someone who bets K props, Jake Bennett is his over. It might be a sneaky spot to consider for this one. Ryan Feltner, yes, he has been a mess on the mound for the Rockies, but he gets to face a very, very bad Boston Red Sox lineup that has been held to 0 or 1 run scored in 3 of their last 6 games. Heading into this one, they're absolutely free-falling at the moment, and these two teams are bottom dwellers in their respective leagues for a reason. The under is where I want to be in this one, in line with the trend. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but I think that's definitely where I want to be when you get that inflated total. So with all that being said, if you made it this far, as always, I have an exclusive promo code to take advantage of. It's POD50, POD50, and you can take 50% off your first month of premium access over at TrendsCenter. Give us a try. If you don't like what you see after the first 3 days, simply cancel. You won't get charged a single thing. It's a free 3-day trial on all of our premium subscription. So go over there, check out what we're doing, and unlock the entire product using code POD50. I'll be right back here tomorrow for another episode of Trend or Trap.